Morning, subcommittee. Will please come to order. Thank you all for being here. I'd like to ask unanimous consent that members of the subcommittee be permitted to sit with the members that are not on the subcommittee be permitted to sit with the subcommittee at today's hearing and ask questions. Okay, without objection, so ordered. Before I begin my statement, I'd like to take a moment to recognize that February 12th was the 8th anniversary of the tragic crash of the Colgan Flight 3407 that claimed the lives of 50 people. This anniversary is a vivid reminder to all of us that ensuring safety of our aviation system is and will continue to be our top priority. I want to thank the Colgan family members for their continued dedication and involvement and advocacy. Today, the Aviation Subcommittee will hold its first hearing of the 115th session of Congress. This hearing is also the first in a series of hearings to prepare the FAA for the FAA reauthorization bill. This Congress, the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, is looking to the future and how we build a 21st century infrastructure for America. With this in mind, today's subcommittee will discuss the state of aviation manufacturing, the challenges it faces, where it is heading in the 21st century, and how we ensure the continued success of this segment of the aviation infrastructure. Aviation manufacturing is a critical sector of our nation's economy. It contributes billions of dollars and supports millions of good-paying American jobs. The United States has always been the gold standard in aviation safety, as well as the leader in aviation manufacturing. U.S. civil aircraft manufacturing is a top net exporter, with U.S. aviation goods being delivered throughout the world. However, recently, global competition, as well as redundant, outdated, and inefficient rules and regulatory processes have jeopardized that lead. The FAA plays an important role in ensuring that all aircraft and aircraft components made in the United States meet specific design and production safety standards. This role is absolutely critical to ensure that safety is never compromised. It is the FAA Tech Center in my district in South Jersey that all certification research is performed. The Tech Center is finding more and more ways to improve airport designs and procedures, as well as develop fire suppression capabilities for aircraft. Yet the certification process has its problems. As manufacturers design and build to meet those standards, they can experience needless and harmful bureaucratic delays, both internationally and domestically. These delays can be very detrimental to U.S. manufacturers trying to compete globally, where every day of delay can mean real losses in both profits and jobs. As aviation industry expands its international reach and introduces new technologies and innovations, it is critical the FAA certification and regulatory process adapt and respond. The FAA must leverage the expertise of the private sector and fully utilize all of the authorities that has been granted. Enabling our aviation manufacturers to enter new markets and innovate while ensuring the highest level of safety is a top priority of this subcommittee. Today, I look forward to hearing our witnesses' viewpoints on the state of American aviation manufacturing, where they believe it is headed in the 21st century. I also want to hear their suggestions on what role the government can play to support the aviation manufacturing industry's continued success. I want to thank all of the witnesses for joining us here today. And finally, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Ms. Peggy Gilligan for her years of service. As many of you know, this will be Peggy's last hearing testifying before our subcommittee. Peggy began her career with the FAA in 1980, and this spring, after 37 years of dedicated service, will be retiring. I'd like to thank you for your dedicated service and all that you've contributed to the FAA and aviation. Before I recognize my colleague, Mr. Larson, for his comments, I'd like to ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material for the record of this hearing. Without objection, so ordered. And now I'd like to yield to Mr. Larson.